You did talk about stuff you enjoy about your job, like how you enjoy presenting such innovations to a crowd of people. What else do you enjoy about it?
First and foremost is understanding the problem. Today there could be multiple varieties and intensity of the problem. Okay, so if it is a critical problem, you should know what a critical problem looks like. It can just be at your house. You're going to the school and there is a critical problem. Your car stops. Is it a critical problem? Right?
I would think so, yeah, because I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to go to school then
Right.
without,
So what's the
walking.
basic solution? There's no science, there is nothing like that, right? But you're trying to solve a problem. What are you going to do? First, make a call. Second, even that, first, safe. Be safe at a place, stop where it is safe for you to do it. Connect with people who can help. Okay. And let's say none of that is available, then if you have Uber or something like that, or if you don't have cell connection, what are you going to do? You're going to start walking. Okay, and be curious to know that, okay, I hope that I'm walking in a safe neighborhood, or I'm walking at a place where I need help. Your survival instinct jump in, right? If you come across a problem where the survival instinct jump in, is where you want to connect the dots and say, wow, this is a problem that I had. Would others also have the same problem? And if then is when you assess saying, wow, this is seriously a scalable problem. There are lots of students who might have the same problem, but there are solutions. Today, there is network, there are students, there are, you're walking on a road where there's somebody, you can go and ask for help based on, how you feel like asking for help and where you want to ask for help and things like that, right? But, and so that's how I basically look at it. What I liked about this whole thing is, while I was growing up, the science was taught. And science was taught through a very teaching angle, which means, hey, here is a theorem. This is what you got to do. There's some way to say, what I like about some of the science that I have internalized with and which has stayed for me for a long time is, so here is why this theorem is used. I don't know if anybody teaches that, right? It's like, oh yeah, for this problem, use this particular theorem. Why? Oh, this was the person. I like the story aspect of it, which gets me closer to and connect passionately to that particular story, that science, that model, that theorem, and things like that. And I realized that instead of asking for answers, ask a better question. Okay. Instead
Yeah.
of instead of answering anything, ask a better question. I will always raise my hand to ask a good question, a brilliant question, which will be thought provoking. It can answer so many questions, but that question would be a good one. And I practice that in my life to go into a waste management event, you know, and I don't know anything about waste management. I'm not connected, except that on Monday or Tuesday there is a trash can pickup day, and that's what you do. And that's it. How do you promote, or how do you push yourself to ask an intelligent question amongst 50 people who are experts of that, and you don't look stupid? What kind of questions can you ask? And so that ability was important for me to grow, and I started to work on that. Today I love telling stories. You give me any product or any solutions, I will start to research it from my end, and I will aim to become a good storyteller of that product or the service. That's what I've been doing. And because of that, I'm able to do much better sales. I'm able to essentially solve a problem for a customer. I'm very, empathetic to the problem for the customer, whether I have the solution or not. But if I know that there is a problem, I want to help the customer. That helped me to become a successful uh, sales executive, plus somebody who can call me as a problem solver. And if I don't have anything, I'll have enough resources whom I can pull and try to solve a problem. or at least make an effort. So that is what I kind of, does it answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you enjoy your job, and thank you for telling me all about it. So I now have I think I have like two more questions.
Yeah.
So my first question is, what's an important lesson you learned over your career?
Over my career,
Hmm.
um, I would say that because it was connected with innovation, and innovation only, innovation has been there for like for a long time. It starts from, when the wheel was made, when the fire was discovered, and all of that. All that is innovation. But when you say innovation, it doesn't really go to people's mind. Either people get wow, or people just ignore it and just pass by, because based on their interest, they may not find anything interesting. I remember when Michael Jackson was doing the moonwalk, there's so many people, yeah, he's dancing. But some people who liked it said, wow, he's doing a moonwalk, guys. Have you seen a step like that? Right? So it was an innovation in that dancing step, if I may call it that way. Okay. And so um, when it came to innovation, I personally felt that what I have learned is you want to try and fail as many times so that you come to know the what you really want to do with that. So people are like, generally are thinkers. They like to, oh, let me do this, let me think about it, let me do that. No, if you think that this is a problem, write it down that this is a problem, come up with some basic solutions, look and research for if that solution exists anywhere, and more important, try it out. Like what you're doing actually is a brilliant idea. It's one of the parameters for being innovative is you're surveying people, you're talking to people, you're interacting with people. All this is knowledge which you can combine, and perhaps there is a thread that you can build upon. And so I personally feel that one of the learnings that I've got is that you want to try and fail as many times as possible to achieve what you want to achieve. That's number one. Number two is, Andy Grove from Intel wrote saying that only the paranoids survive. I think it is very important to have that attitude or to feel that hustle within you. If you are not paranoid about what you want to achieve, believe me, nobody cares about it. Nobody wants to care about it. Right? And so I feel that that is an important aspect of being paranoid. Uh, and Andy Grove said only the paranoid survive. But I think being paranoid about whatever it is helps it to bring a passion, ideas. You start believing it. So you can't believe it if you're not paranoid about it, right? When I say paranoid, not only in bad sense, but also in a good sense. And that's what I would say. So, and as far as innovation is concerned, I feel that having a tool set, skill set, and a mindset are the three most important ingredients, mindset being the most important one for innovation. Anything you want to do, any innovation I cannot tag it saying industry, solution, this problem, that. No, no, no. Any innovative thinking requires an open mindset. An open mindset means any good idea is a good idea. Any bad idea is also a good idea. To think that through, to see going through forward.
Okay. I would say thank you. That explanation was flawless. Even for me, I'm kind of not that fast of a learner. I mean, I am a fast learner for like subjects and stuff, but like concepts like this, I'm not that fast on. But your explanation was so good that I understood like first try. I didn't even need to think about it. I just listened. I completely understand. So thank you for that. My final and last question, which is kind of a little bit weird. It states, "What's one question I wish that I asked you, and
Mhm.
how would you have answered?"
Um, I personally feel that one question that perhaps you can ask your audience as you go along is, I think a lot of these students, come up or want to major in a particular subject. Okay, you mentioned biology, chemistry, and stuff. you want to push your audience to ask, saying, so let's say if I have been doing something with chemistry all my life, okay, and I wouldn't call a chemistry expert, but my field has been chemistry. You want to ask the question and ask a question which is out of their domain and see how is their reaction. You want to record that reaction, because a recording of the reaction is very helpful for anybody, where you can compare and say, you know what, just because you've been learning, listening, and probably working on chemistry, it does not mean that you are not open for some other ideas. So the application of any expertise that you bring is far more important in today's world than just subject itself. Okay. And if I have to give you an example, if I say, you know what, I'm a biology major. So Varun is a biology major. Varun wants to know, so what's the most amazing thing that you think is in biology? Okay.
Mhm.
Right. And you ask this question to me, and I'm like, oh, biology, my God, but I am a physics major. I like physics. Biology doesn't even come closer. But you push the person to ask that question. So what if you were to make innovation in biology, what would that be? Now you got to make me come out of my comfort zone. And believe me, that coming out of the comfort zone at any age, at any time of the career, is exactly the same when you have to go sit down for an exam. That feeling that you get, that feeling is pretty much the same when I'm put out of my comfort zone. And I think that would be a very important question, is how can students relate coming out of the comfort zone with experts or experienced people? I wouldn't call it experts, but experienced people. Come up with a question with that, and I would be, you will see some similarities there. So if I were to ask you this question, you've been a biology person, a chemistry person and stuff. I say, so tell me, what is the most innovative thing that you can do if you were to direct a movie?
That would be it.
Totally out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
correct? And you can say, give it a try. Just see one. Like, well, I got to start looking at some sci-fi movies. Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good step. But the fact that it made you think and it took some time is where that mindset I talked about, that is what changes. Open mindset. Right now, you're all about chemistry and all of that, or biology for that matter. But if I open your mindset to say, okay, now build a movie, you can actually connect both to say, you know what, biology is my favorite subject. I'm just going to create a cartoon for kids where I'm going to tell a biology story, but using a movie technology. Now you're like totally curious, and now you got like everybody's like ideas, like, whoa, hang on. You're a biology major, so you're sticking to the subject, but you're creating something in a movie world, and it's connected. So you can essentially show a 3-minute movie of when you see something under the microscope. I'm just giving an example.
Mhm.
And the whole movie is shot only from the microscope. There is no actor, actress, nothing. You just basically focusing your camera onto the microscope, and there is something that happens on that, what is it called? The slide? Is that what
Mhm.
they call it?
Yeah, it's called
Right?
that.
Right? And you're seeing bacteria multiplying, doing this, that, and you just put a song there or a narration there, and it'll just make a great movie. That is what is required in today's world of coming out of comfort zone and feeling and connecting that.
Hmm. Thank you for that incredible insight. And also thank you for spending all this time here. I did run out of questions because you were answered every single one flawlessly. So thank you for that as well. Um, Once again, thank you, Deepak. And I'm pretty sure our audience will also thanking you for just doing an incredible job.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Varun. And I really wish that these ideas become, or they fruition into something bigger for you, and the audience enjoy it and they contribute towards what you're trying to make. This is a brilliant initiative. I wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thanks.